Salut, comment vas-tu? Bonsoir. Ah, j'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la Vanity de l'autre bienvenue dans ce livre. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I hope that you're feeling good. I hope that you are cool. I hope that you are, I'm not going to say refreshed, but I hope that you're doing what you need to do to stay hydrated. And what I know as to be the rapture, it has to be. There's no other word for it. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Deeplo. Hello, Ariel. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Bunny Rabbit. Hello, 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 hello. So, yeah, we are definitely in sometimes, that's for sure. Without a doubt, I can't fight that. Hello, Renaissance Woman. Hello. Yes, Lisa, I am still in Mobile. However, I don't have a physical location. I only do virtual. Hello, Jay. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, hello. Dynamic Divine Readings. Hello, everybody. Jump right on in on this Tuesday. So, before we get into our discussion of the power of powders, I do want to remind everybody that the June community service is available now. The June community service is available now, and I have some good news. So, actually, the website is fixed. Supposedly, the website providers reached out. We were in discussion. Again, I think I told you guys back in November, we just had a high influx of a lot of spam and those kinds of things. And I was like, I'm not going to have you all have your information and things in jeopardy. And so we had the service, the internet service, the website provider to install like the Are You a Robot and all of these things so that everyone's well protected and, all of those things. So when that was done, certain things were removed, but now you should be able to purchase anything on the site without needing an actual account. So if that is something that was preventing you from getting your community service, now is the time. I want to remind everybody that this community service is going to be, I know that this may seem like one of those, okay kind of deal. However, it's not the same. So you will get exclusive first time available money attraction powder. You've gotten other things before, but this time you're getting the powder. You're also going to be getting it. You also are going to be getting a money and financial uncrossing powder. So if someone has thrown something at your money, if someone has thrown something to affect your job, your profession, your career, or any of those things, then this here gives you the ability. You did your big one the last community service. I'm going to have to call you. Listen, we can bring you on right now. Give your testimony. People sleep on the community services. And I know that I don't promote, like, I talk about it here, but you don't see me gassing it up in those things. First and foremost, we have a small team. My hands are in these jars. My recipes, my family's recipes, my lineage recipes. One person to package and to ship. One person for virtual assistants. So I don't do a lot of that type of promotion because I want to make sure that I am giving those who need to have it, get it, those things. and those things. So, and I even this time decreased the limit of big bundles. So normally we provide 80 big bundles. This time we cut it down by 30. And I may cut it down again just because I want to make sure that we're able to get your products out in a timely fashion. So again, the less we have to do, the quicker things get done. The quicker you get your items and those things. After this past Conjure Fest, it took a little bit to get our footing, but we're almost there. We're almost there. This Conjure Fest was so demanding. It was unmatched. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. But so there's that. So anyways, the June community service is available now. The last day to purchase this is on the 30th at midnight. So there's that. The service will be held on July 1st. With this big bundle, you get the money and financial uncrossing powder. You get the attraction powder. You also are going to get a replayable video how to work those powders. In addition to getting a replayable video on tea leaf reading with actual tea leaves that you will be able to use to do your readings with. So that is for the big bundle. Now, every month, there's 3 options. You have the lower option, which comes with nothing, the middle option that comes with only an oil and the powder, and then the big bundle that comes with all the theatrics. So if you get that middle tier, you don't get all the things. We had some emails that come through just like, I didn't get all my things. Well, no, you did. You got the middle tier. Or I didn't get anything. Well, that's because you got the lower tier. But the big bundles get all the stuff. So, and extra stuff. I was actually thinking about something else this go around as well. Just as a little surprise. I just sort of feel a little, I don't know, generous, I guess is the word. So there's that. Yes, the May Rain and the Holy Water and Obsession. And this is interesting because I was already doing powders. And I think we also received an email with someone mentioning, like, I didn't get that much powder. No, you have plenty powder. Plenty powder. It's just the fact that a lot of new individuals are used to looking at these spiritual entertainers that have you giving you full jars like this of or full jars, whatever your container is like this, with all the herbs in it. And they also tell you to pour all of this in this pot, pour all of this in this bucket, pour all of this in your bath. So now you got to repurchase a whole brand new bottle after using it one time. No, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, indeed, Tanisha. You know, Tanisha, I was thinking about you today. And I think I've said this before. I may have said this before on here, but I'm just like so proud of you. Like I'm so proud of you. And it has nothing to do with you purchasing the services, but how you move and how you react, how you have truly woven your shape throughout your life is inspirational. And your confidence that you have with what you can do is even more beautiful. I love that about you. And I just want to say, keep it up. Keep up the good work. I was just thinking about you and some others. I was just like, I need to let them know that I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. it's and again and it's not even because Tanisha doesn't go, hey Queen, this is what I got, this is what I'm doing. But I can look at a post and go, okay, she moving. Okay, Kirsten, you moving. You know, I see these things. And you finally got your V. Good. You know, yes indeed, Kirsten. I know that's right. Pulling up the weeds. So it's just really beautiful. And it's not just that, like I said, even like with Isaac, he has almost did some work that almost completely paid off his student debt. You know, and I see where like Jennifer, she does her work and she's getting her blessings, and I'm seeing these things, and it's just a true testament to truth. It is a testament to even, I would say, myself in empowering you all. This is not, I think I know what's going on here. So it's just I'm seeing these things. I may not say things when I see them, so I'm saying it now. I see you all. I see that you're doing the work. I see that you're being blessed. And though it's, and I always look at people go like, Queen, you know, what can I do to give to you? What can I do to, you know, bless you? Just do the work. Just use what I've given you. And when I see that you are blessed from what I've given, I'm good. Hello, Marquise. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. You know, that's my thing. You know, I don't request, I don't ask for things. Merci, Castin. Merci. Um, I do appreciate just being able to see you all be blessed. Like that does it for me. That truly does it for me. Um, so there's that. So anyways, the June community service is available now. There are limited big bundles. There's less big bundles than there were last month. There is a limited middle section that just comes with the powders. And then there is the bottom tier, which is no product. So just know that, okay? So that is available now. I also want to remind you, I'm trying to see if there's any other things. We do have the summer retreat coming up. But I will say this, if you don't want to do the community service, but you do want to know how to do the tea leaf divination, this is also available. You have until Sunday to purchase this class. Once you have signed up for this, you'll be getting a video on July 7th. Okay, so be aware of that. If you just say, I don't want to do the community service, or if I have to pick and choose, I would say do the community service because you'll see more return in that. But if you say, you know what, Queen, this is something that I've been very interested in. So the tea leaf divination, how to read tea leaves and coffee grounds, is available. You will be receiving peppermint and lemon balm for your blend. Okay. It's not the amount of powder. It's not the amount of powder. It's how potent it is. Exactly all you need. All you won't need much, and herbs and items are crushed down. Some people's eyes are bigger than their spiritual stomachs. They are. This is true. I'm actually literally pulling weeds in the dark because it was too hot during the day. Listen, I just got back from the barn. Because of I can't do the rapture. I can't do it. I just can't. In your humbleness, please give us more opportunities to bless you. You're deserving. Thank you. I appreciate that. if I'm going to be honest, I feel weird, and doesn't it doesn't make me feel right to receive things. Even my family will go, you don't know how to, you don't do good with the gifts, like those kinds of things. Which is why I value all the things that are given, but honestly, cards and written notes, um, those things really, really does it for me. I was just even today, um, going back and was reading this card that was sent to me, um, which I really, really adore. And and even this card as well. I was just like looking back through my cards. I really like cards and um, and bags, like gift bags, black gift bags in boxes. Nothing in them. I just like them. They're pretty. I like the different types of textures. Um, those kinds of things make me happy. It seems crazy, I know, but truly, it's definitely my favorite, to be honest. So, um, thank you, Kirsten. I appreciate it. Um, the lightning bugs are out. That's a blessing. Um, so, but yeah, so that's the thing with me. I enjoy those things because growing up, it wasn't transactional like that because it was about community. So my grandma, like, I got 100 grandkids. So if you could just watch, three of them while I go to the grocery store, I gotta go make some groceries and those things. Um, I would be so grateful. And then whenever it's time for them to need work, all right, no worries, no problem. Or Miss Allen across the street that has corn and snap peas, or Miss Margine, or Miss Gertrude, or Miss Boab. It was just, and so it was just, it was not like this. So it makes me feel more at home with the cards and boxes and bags. But anyways, there's that. So et voilà, voilà. That all being said, I wanted to just talk a little bit about working with powders because honestly, a lot of people get very caught up with candle work, and that's because candles are pretty and the flame, and the more you have and the more they move, and if there's a fan on or if there's dust around, you get pop and you get the movement, you get all the flickering and all the things, and it's dark and it's moody and it's beautiful. It's also dangerous. I also, another gift by someone that I absolutely adore, Rouge Dior. Dior. Um, so, and so you see all of those things, and it's easy to be like, oh my gosh, so beautiful. Oh my God. Ooh, look at the power. Look at the magic. And I mean, there's a lot of things. Um, there's a lot of things that are magical, or they seem magical just because nature is just magical and stuff. Like just going out to the barn and watching the horses like run. Like that's just a magical experience. Sometimes it is also a spiritual experience, but it's just magical to watch, kind of deal. Um, and so And so that is a great, wonderful thing. But when we're talking about actual hoodoo, obia, gree, wanga, kimboa, baby, c'est ici, c'est là ici, hoodoo. Queen, can you create a powder or salt to speak into it and create specific organ body parts, for example, the heart? You can, but it's not the fact that you can speak into the salt or the powder. It's actually, do you have the spiritual ability of the tongue to compel, to work in that way? There is a P.O. box that I can put the situation here. I'll just type it below. Excuse me. So, oh no. Do you see the city? I need to undo this. It's just, so it's Conjure South, P.O. Box 404, Mobile, Alabama 36601. Yes, so Bay 411 is about you having the spiritual ability and gift to compel, that your tongue is the ability to speak things into existence. Not hope, not wish, but it is. Like my mother, Tanisha, that's here. And if you don't know, then you should have been with us for Working Ritual Weekend and saw how merci. And then watch how the fire responded to her voice. Even Kirsten, it's like she learned in the Institute, either you're gonna mean it or you better mean it, because it will manifest as you as you are, right? So that's a real thing. So that is a thing. It happens. Oh yes, a time was had. Exactement. We. Okay. So what you don't see though is you don't see a lot of your spiritual entertainers and theatrics. To use my words, yes indeed. You don't see your spiritual entertainers and your spiritual performers on social medias posting about dirts or powders. But that is truly the OG of hoodoo. It was about laying these powders down. And again, so for those who are like, oh my goodness, I don't have enough powder. Da, da, da. Nobody took a jar and just laid down a big situation. Why? Because you can't conceal that. Even if it was red brick dust, it's a dust. It was fine. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't intense, because then people are gonna be like, what is this? I'm not walking across that. Because it was about concealing. Ma grand-mère, elle dit, tu as besoin du petit poudre. You just need a little powder. It's about always, she said, you just need enough to go under your nail. You just need enough to go under your nail. Why? Because if I have enough to go under my nail, for example, all right, hands will be a lot more clean. And say that I went to a spiritual function and I wanted to root the whole society or healing. When I stick my hands in the pot or the food, see what happens? Boom. That's all. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. But you're not going to be able to do that by going, all right, now, let me just pull this out real quick. No, that's not, it was never done that way. It was never done that way. It was all about the space. It was all about being able to conceal your work. It was all about being able to work to that capacity because one, the recipe and the spirits themselves is one component. The second component is who's doing it. The level of ashe of the worker. Because a worker doesn't even need the power. If I can simply speak into a glass of water and change it, I don't need powder. But if I was trying to work you maybe on the root work aspect of it, like the poisoning, I'm going to use that powder. Because, see, that's another conversation that we got to begin to have. Because a lot of individuals think that it's about, oh, the ritual, it's the spell work. Baby, if all you got is spell work, you a spellcaster. You're not a conjurer. Because my mama said, take your car and go wrap it around a tree. That's what she said. And that's what Jimmy did. Just like that. She didn't need no powders, no dirt, no counter, no clouds, no winds, and no, none of that. No. So that's what I'm saying. We can talk about it, but I guarantee you when we start talking about it, you're going to feel some kind of way. Because once you understand that, oh my goodness, I'm just a spellcaster and not a conjurer. I cannot conjure spirits, but I can use a method of magic to create a charm. That's a different situation. You can burn candles until Oprah come through the mobile on a donkey sitting backwards. It doesn't make you Marie Laveau, my love. It's giving Paula Deen. It's giving Martha Stewart. It's giving HGTV, DIY. It's giving Hobby Lobby, Joanne's Arts and Crafts. That's what it's giving. but people don't want to have those conversations. And I understand. Because a lot of people are operating in a very self-serving spiritual capacity. And if they don't feel like kings, queens, and priests, or priestesses, and goddesses, etc., then they don't want to hear it. Yes, Joanne, the Juju bankruptcy bruja. Yep. So a spellcaster, someone that can put herbs together, someone that knows which candles to burn, someone that can dress a candle. All of those things, that's not a supernatural ability. My mother spoke and he did. But when I call the dead and they come, without a black mirror, without those things. That's a supernatural ability. Or I can use spell work. I can be a medium and connect to the dead, or I can use a medium, pendulum, the rods, and now we are working in a divination modality. It's the theory of it that people don't want to talk about, but most people can't talk about it because they did not grow up in it, so they don't know the difference. They can't speak on it because they don't know. And I'm not faulting them, but I do think it's impressive how much power a lot of people, when I say power, how much influence a lot of individuals have with no power, is all that I'm saying. But who am I? Who am I? Just a girl around the way, right? So, bonsoir Idris, bonsoir, comment vas-tu? So, merci for the specific. So for a spellcaster, the working is not always guaranteed to happen. It's not guaranteed to happen if you don't know how to, if you don't know the recipes, if you don't know how to, for example, how to discern your spirits and those things. Because if you know how to discern your spirits through divination methods, because you don't need a spiritual gift for that, then you can actually orchestrate or formulate a particular recipe, perhaps for you and your lineage. Okay? And that is another thing. All right? But that is your spellcaster. That is your spellcaster. Here we go. Safir, you came to the Work and Ritual Weekend. What herbs, what roots, what candles, what incense, what powders, what dust, what curios, what oils do you use to connect to source during Work and Ritual Weekend when it came to your psychic ability with the cards, or the mediumship ability, or with connecting to the elemental sources? What tools did you use? Je fais bien, merci, Marlène. J'espère que tu... Merci beaucoup. J'espère que tu vas bien aussi. Merci. And anybody that was working in Ritual Weekend, what tools did you use in order to connect to source? Nothing is specific. You did not use a candle. You did not use an oil. You did not use an incense. You did not use anything to connect to source. You didn't use anything to connect to the dead, because you have a supernatural spiritual ability. You have a talent. You, ma chérie, are in fact gifted. That's why the Work and Ritual Weekend is the one. That's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. Because that teaches you about your gifts, not spell work. See, the Conjure Fate gives you spell work. The Work and Ritual Weekend is all about you, what you can do, what you can't do, what you do well and what you can do better. Is that inherited ability and gift. And again, you're talking Work and Ritual Weekend. Everybody wasn't hypersensitives. Everybody weren't empaths. Some people were mediums. Some people were stronger mediums than they were psychics, etc., so forth and so on. That's why my things are, this is why you have your Tanishas and your Isaacs and your Jennifers and so many others of you and your Nellies and Josie and Marcel and so many of you that are already here, Cameron and Raleigh. I mean, so many of you are so developed because you know the difference and you're learning the difference and you are accepting the difference between what is my gift and what is spell work. Deciphering between those things. So, that's the beauty of it. So when you're getting like your community services and you're getting the products, now we're getting the things you need for your spell work. And that is a skill set. That is something to develop as well, right? But you got to have the tools. You cannot nail something into a wall if you don't have a hammer, or you may not nail it correctly. And we know when we need to outsource. Yes, and you know when you need to outsource, and that's a real thing as well. Absolutely, without a doubt. So you're gonna see that that there's very little individuals out there that's talking about um, darts and powders and dust and those things because they just can't. So traditionally, as I just showed you, that's why you only need enough to go under your nails. But also, when I needed to work, a people in a room. When I need to work people in a room, the thing about it is this: I don't need a full jar to do my work because this obsession powder. Once again, I'm setting the table. What do I have? Just enough to go under my nail. Now, of course, hands will be a lot more clean, or I'm wearing gloves. Okay. Just enough to go under your nail. And then I'm sitting at the table. Oh my goodness, how y'all doing today? Yeah, so we just, let me clean this out. This is not as clean as it needs to be. Well, now that I've done that, what do we have in here? Just enough in there to do what? Put my candle on top, light this baby up. Got this fan blowing over here. Candle is now fixed, and I can speak right into this candle. I can whisper into it. I'm able to actually speak out loud. You know, I'm holding it in front of the table, in front of everybody. Y'all, thank you so much for coming. I really just speak life into you, and I speak that you get, all the things that you deserve having, and all of it when you can speak it across the room if you want to. Speak life into people, or other things. If it's obsession powder, and now you have a fixed candle, you're going to come back for more. You will not be able to stop eating, and I guarantee you'll want to come back every single night. You will never be full of this. Because I understand that I have that power. And now I'm commanding. So, it is that reason you're able to have those powers. It is also important to understand that having this much, okay, I can simply take dirt, add just that to the dirt. Oops. If this was on the ground, you wouldn't know what's dirt and what's not. If it was just laid across into a line under a rug and someone lifted it, it's just going to look like dirt. However, if I had a full thing of herbs sitting across, I'm like, what are these roses doing on the ground? What is all of this? What is all of this? They're not going to cross it. They're going to say, what is this? This looks like, what is this stuff? It can't be concealed. But if you do have it in the dirt and it is powder, you can add as much dirt as you want. You only need enough to go under your nail. You only need enough to go under your nail. And that dirt can be used. So you can do a gallon bucket of dirt and just enough to go under your nail and use that dirt little by little. I also want to just bring this part up. When you are getting your oils, you can put your little powder in your oil. Okay? This isn't full up to here with oil, with herbs and powders. Why? You don't need it. Also, that's all that I need to do my work. That's all I need to make a cross. 5-point spot. Fix a card. Fix a candle holder. Under my finger, that's come to me, venez moi. Come back for more. The list goes on. But look how much I use. You will not use that up in months. However, your spiritual entertainers and your spiritual theatrics on social media will tell you, use all of this in your spell work. Use half a bottle. So now you get 2 uses out of it just to come back and buy more. I'm not in that business. That's not how that works. You don't need that. What is my recommendations for office settings, cubicle style, where there's carpet? Your oil. So you put your obsession in your oil. You can put in any oil: olive oil, sunflower oil, mineral oil, baby oil, canola oil, bacon grease, you name it. You can use any of those things. You put oils are so diverse. So you put your powder in your oil. I can touch this across your keyboard. I can slide this right up under your desk. I can push your chair up with it being on my hands. I can drop something on the ground up under your desk and just reach up under there and do a cross if I'm trying to cross you, or I'm doing a crossroad in order to get you to come or to leave. I can do a 5-point spot. Any of those things. I can put it right up under your desk. Yes, indeed, House of Idris. And depending on the powder, it may be as simple as putting it in a cooking oil. Use it to make muffins and all kinds of things, bread and whatever, and cook and give it to the people. Okay, so you have that option too when using those powders. Also with your powders, of course, you have your powder. You can use this to actually blow over the shoe. You can take the powder and sprinkle under the shoe. But what you really want to do is, if you have the option, you take out the sole And that goes into place the soul back in, and they'll never find it. They won't feel it. It wouldn't even cross their mind if that was the case. Hello, Richard. Hello. I work part-time at a bar, and I be tearing them chairs up when I'm setting up. I tell you, Harold, one of the best things you can do, I'm going to show you. One moment, please. I did this work a long time ago when I used to own my gym. If you got clients, you take your powder, your obsession powder, whatever powder you have, or that money attraction powder, actually, add it to a little bit of oil, take it, you can literally go across right here, especially if it's leather. They won't think nothing about it. Make that cross so they come to you. And you can tell them you are coming back to me. Or you use this up under the chair, okay? It's that thing. Also, another great space is to put things on the foot bars because they normally put their feet here as well. So being able to work these particular spaces so they have to come back to you. I did that every Sunday, every single Sunday at the start of my week to get clients and those kinds of things to come to my gyms. I mean, my talent was good, but gotta keep them coming, right? I used some of the oil to touch someone's mouth at work, and it was just like, here, let me show you the shortcut. And they don't even think it's strange. Exactly. I'm telling you, y'all are so, when I say that you are mastering your spiritual selves, it's so amazing. It's truly amazing. Y'all better get these notes. Listen, don't tell them. What if you do Instacart? So Instacart also is very interesting as well. So now, what do you mean by doing Instacart? Because what you can do is whenever you go drop off their things, I don't think they can refer you or ask for you. If they can, great. But you can take your oil and take your powder your hands, drop off their things and tell them you need more. You need more. You must have more. And those things. Mercy Queen, that's exactly what I do. You taught me well. Well, you're also an incredible student. Very, very, very incredible student. And then lastly here, we have the salt. So for those that are just watching and those things, this was inspired by one email about not having enough powder, but then also not understanding the power of a little powder. So if you use your powder in this way, your obsession powder is going to last you at least 6 to 8 months to a year, depending on, and that's in the powder jar. Because if you add the powder to a jar of dirt, that dirt can be used for a year. Adding your powder, and this is not necessarily powder, but adding it to salt. Now we're doing baths. Okay? Now we're doing baths. I'm about to have some packed out shows, and you will. So for the June community service, you all are going to be receiving that money attraction powder. You now know ways that you can use this. That money financial uncrossing. You now know how to extend and expand your powder. That's what I'm teaching you right now. So it's not even so much about the work that I'm giving you as it is actually knowing how to extend your product. Okay? Sand and dirt is all the same. Sand and dirt is all the same. So we did dirt. Using that dirt, well, never mind. I'm not doing that. I was about to give it to you. That's going to be for the video. That's going to be for the video. So if you don't know, you will be receiving, if you do the big bundle, you will be receiving a replayable video on the exclusive powders, as well as a video on tea leaf reading. And you'll be receiving peppermint and lemon balm tea leaves to read. If you don't want to do the community service, you can get this individually. So this is available now. Don't miss out on this community service. Again, there are limited big bundles. There's limited big bundles, and then there's limited middle tier as well. Okay. This is Awaken My Inner Ninja. I mean, it's absolutely amazing seeing the process of the work and the evolution. You know, I'm just happy to be able to give this to you. But if you enjoy my teaching, if you enjoy this and you're understanding it, it's making sense to you, and you can have the ability to access a replayable video that nobody else is going to have, why would you not do it? Why would you not do it? I'm telling you, and y'all know me, I'm incredibly generous, so I end up giving a lot more than most, right? So Ken Faye, you can send your testimony to Conjure South, pardon, je le répète, customer service at conjuresouth.com. Yes, please remember to like, I'm so bad. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, share this video, and all of those things. Queen, it's like you give me ideas with what you teach. Is so innovative. It's not really innovative. It's just a traditional way of working. It truly is. And it is mastered over generations. And so there's just that. But then you can apply it to your own life and other spaces. Et voilà. Merci beaucoup pour regarder. Thank you so very much for watching this evening. It's been such a pleasure. Again, the last day to get this community service is on the 30th. So that is the 30th at midnight. So you will see me on Sunday. Sunday, I'm going to have students on talking about the Institute, and I'm going to open up the enrollment for the Institute on Sunday. So that'll be available starting on Sunday. And you'll have a couple of hours after that. And then the community service will be closed. Again, if you do the community services, you already know. Do it, because when you don't do it, you end up looking like Boo Boo the Fool with your lip poked out, but that's on you and your mama, on your hood, not your hoodoo. I am good. Moving forward, so there's that. And then you have the tea leaf divination. Et voilà. And that's going to come with your community service if you get the big bundle, or you can get it separately on your own, on its own as well. Okay. I want to say this is everything for this evening. I do hope that you all understood the magnitude of tonight's conversation and class, if you will, just because if you focus and trust and accept and receive the truth to tradition and value it, you will always have all that you need. You'll never not have. Okay? And you're going to hear about that on Sunday. Just how I've taught my students this year to operate heavily with the basics of salt, pepper, and sugar. And those kinds of things. So it's going to be wonderful. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening, a great rest of your week. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and I will see you maybe Thursday, peut-être jeudi. And if not, I will see you à dimanche. Et voilà. Merci. Until next time. Bye bye.